Yo guys, what's going on? Good to be back. It is Friday, end of the week. Hope everybody has some nice weekend plans. I don't. But I certainly am enjoying what's going on with the markets right now. It's going to be a good day for a stream, some would say. Like we're having the same issue we always have with YouTube. I can get somebody full-time just gonna watch YouTube for me. Yo, Emmett Wilson, thank you for the 5. And Francesco for the generous $50 donation, man. It's good to see you. It's good to have you back. Alright, I think we're set up here. 33 watching. Nice guys. Clean cut, always.
Love the streams you have been doing, man. Joining Patreon after I sell Apple calls next week. Here's a temp contribution until then. Cheers.
Cheers, my friend. Thank you so much. You guys are so generous. Don't even know what to say. Really appreciate it. Yeah, happy Friday. Weekend. And it's looking to be an interesting weekend. We have the weekly close for CME coming up. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin, a few other coins. We're going to be looking at the edge. The edges that we've been looking at the last few weeks. Maybe the possible cause or explanation of this rally. We're going to be looking at other factors that may have been playing into this. We're going to take a look at stocks. We're going to take a look at crude oil. It's going to be a good show. So it's good to have you here. Yes, please don't forget. Thanks for reminding me. I don't even know who just said that. Thanks for reminding me. New stream, hit that like button. Really helps us get into the search results. You guys have been doing an amazing job at that, so appreciated. I promise, Shark, we're not going to look at oil as long as we did yesterday. I fell down an oil hole there, a little oil rabbit hole. So things out of nowhere, right? Seem to be looking not so bad. Not so bad. It's been a very boring September. Here we are in October, and been a pretty boring October up until the last 24 hours. We seem to be getting a little spice, and we are at a critical juncture now. It's unfortunately not quite the time to get too excited yet, but we're so close. You can taste it. We're so close. Just at the footsteps. We're at the door. And hopefully Bitcoin's going to open that door. But not yet. So close. Let's get into it. Alright. We've seen the 100-day here. You can see as this thick blue moving average. I have it on the 4-hour. You can see that's been acting as support. Whoa. I have my ninja clone up. I gotta get that guy. He's handsome. He's handsome, but not needed. Okay. Glad I caught that. 100-day moving average. Holding as support. It's held support pretty much through September into October. Finally, we saw early October on the 4th, the 100-day moving average overtook our 10,550 major support. Continues to move up. Yesterday on the 8th, we saw a bounce again off the 10,550 and a springboard all the way up to our critical resistance. We were talking yesterday about a trading range that we were looking at. Unfortunately, we're still in that trading range. That's 11,100 all the way down to 10,300. So, unfortunately, not out of the woods, but so close, so very close out of the woods. We took some pivotal price action levels back. The 50-day moving average retaken. First time we've been above the 50-day since September 3rd. Sold off through it and did not test it. We brought that up multiple times. It was unusual. And I was saying that the longer that it goes untested, the more likely I think we are to break through it on the first attempt. Looks like we got it. Price broke through. Back tested, though this may not be a sufficient back test yet. We have a minor pullback to it on the 4-hour yesterday. And continuation all the way up to 11.1. It's great. You know, it really isn't that huge of a move, but after this low volatility period, man, everything feels refreshing, doesn't it? It's nice. You're allowed to feel nice, man. It's Friday. Some good weather this week out of nowhere. It was freezing last week. Now it's warm. I don't know about where you guys are, but it's okay to feel pretty good. But it's gonna be a time to practice that emotional control that we talk about all so often. Not a lot of fun, but it's not quite time to FOMO yet, unfortunately. But we're gonna keep looking at this. So we did have our fake break that we were expecting out of the bottom of the wedge, just barely. And now at the top of the wedge, where 11.1 resistance met it off by, I don't know, man, like a few hours. So could be worse. 4-hour not showing bearish divergence on these highs. That is nice. This is a welcome sight. Something we are going to continue to be watching here. We're going to be watching these swing highs, and we're going to be looking for bearish divergence. That may suggest that this rally will not continue, but we don't have it yet on the 4-hour at least. The 1-hour not looking as confident. We can see the first peak at a higher RSI high and a higher MACD swing down at 10,900 as opposed to the 11,100 touch. So the hourly not quite as confident here as the 4-hour. 4-hour obviously takes precedent, longer time frame. But the 1-hour suggests that maybe we have some pullback in the future. Not guaranteed though. Really how this works, guys, is we're at this critical level. No one can tell you for sure here if we're going to break up or not. Roll your dice, get your crystal balls out, get your magic 8 balls, ask them. Because that's probably going to be the best advice here. But we can still act as rational and intelligent traders and play the statistics. So we're at support, or we're at resistance, sorry. Taking profit at resistance, always smarter than opening a long position. Our trade from September in Patreon, I actually posted a public Patreon post today, the first one. Let me see if I can get that up. Feel free to take a look. We went long at 9,830, and I'm suggesting this might not be a bad spot. If you weren't looking to hold that position indefinitely, might not be a bad spot to close it and see what the future holds in the next few days here over the weekend. We may get sideways price action. That would be ideal in my opinion, to see price go sideways through this descending red trend here, the supply line from September, from the highs. But we may see a pullback, and if that is the case, likely looking at the 10.7 to 10.8 area. I also put this little box here. Maybe the more conservative pullback zone, retest the highs of the previous peak. But when we're at these pivotal areas in Bitcoin, it's usually not that easy. That's why I'm kind of expecting some pullback. But if we are going to end 2020 the way that we saw signs of through our quarterly close in September, it is possible that we don't pull back and we just move up. You know, we're not going to have a signal here. If this is like where we're going to rip, we're not going to really see it on the charts. It's not going to be obvious. So that's why I'm thinking that locking in some profit here, looking maybe to reopen at those levels, 10.8, 10.7. I want to thank Mr. Sharknado for pointing this out. We see the 0.5 retrace of this movement is right around 10.8, suggesting that is likely. You know, I had this backtest as support written here for a while. Didn't get backtested. If we don't get this backtest, that's likely that we're in the rip up scenario. It's really a roll the dice kind of thing. We got a lot of great movement, but we haven't exceeded where we need to be. You see this red tag here, above here to continue bull market. Did not close above. Wicked above. We'll clearly see some resistance here. So we're Unfortunately, not too differently seated than we were earlier. We're just now at the resistance in this zone or trade range as opposed to at the bottom. It's really tempting to go long here. You know, you see a green candle. Oh, I don't want to miss out. That's not the trader's mindset. That's the emotional mindset, the FOMO. Number finally went up. I need to get in. Typically, that's when it reverses. We're seeing suggestions of that on the 1 hour, not so much on longer time frames. But it's going to be a really important day to fight those feelings. If you're happy with your long position, you keep it open. You know, if you longed back in early September down in the 9.8 area, there's a good amount of reason to think that we're not going to go back there. So you can keep it open. What I suggested in the public patron post is if you like your long, if you like your position in your long, you got in low, maybe you open a short. Maybe you open a short. You know, I don't recommend shorting often. Typically I like to lock in profits, take profits instead. But this might be a situation where it makes sense. The reason being is we're at this critical juncture. So a move above, let's say 10,200, above the previous swing high in September, that might be a decent stop. So if you have your long open, you may be able to open a short close to 11.1, stop at like 11.2. That's a very tight stop, but that will hedge your long here. That's a smart play. It's not an emotional play. It's actually pretty much the opposite. You're going against it. Numbers going up, the last thing you feel like doing is going short. That's a smart play though. Just because we made it to here doesn't mean we're not going to come back to the bottom of this wedge. Doesn't mean we're not going to come back down to even the 10.3 area. So I rarely suggest this. And really you're opening this with the hope that it gets stopped. So you're saying I'm willing to sacrifice less than 1%, 0.6, 0.7% in order to secure my position in my long, to hedge against downside, until we have what I would say is more confirmation up at 11.2, and we've closed above the previous swing high. That's going to be a much more comfortable position. So rarely do this, but I think that's the smart play here. Fighting that urge to jump in, go long here right at resistance. So hopefully that saves some people's butts. So let's look at what we had that suggested that this might have been the case. We've had a few ticklings, a few little pieces of evidence, and so far they seem to have been playing out pretty well. We were looking at the 7th of October on the daily. The Ichi cloud twisted, suggested to us maybe there's a hole, maybe there's a weakness, a weakness in this resistance of these clouds. We didn't get it on the 7th, and in typical Bitcoin fashion, juked us out, and we got it on the 8th. We were 1 day off. I mean, that's still pretty darn accurate. Timing is so difficult, so difficult. Another signal we got on this chart here is we have this flat-topped red cloud, which days ago I was saying, yeah, these flat tops, thick cloud, they become very attractive to price. Fortunately, that's at 11,150-ish, and that's a little bit higher than we've swung today. So it suggests that starting October 12th, maybe we are going to hit that range, which would be great. Because if we look back at this chart, a touch to 11,150 on the 12th would be right here. Let me mark it. Be right here, and that would be solidly out of our descending trend and above our resistance. So that's a good signal. This is a solid signal, and it played out very well. A day late, but ooh, excuse me, very solid. But we had more. We had more than that. We've been looking at this 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, 6-day divergence setting up. With this twist on MACD, we see that that is now more confirmed, or I would say is confirmed. and suggests that maybe we are going to get that rally we're looking for. We see a lower low on the MACD. We didn't see this on the daily and the weekly, and that's what really caught my eye. What really stood out to me. We have a lower low swing on our MACD, a higher low swing in price in Movement Monster in September versus July. We also saw it on RSI. So that was a solid signal. We were talking about this maybe a week ago. We caught this. It hadn't confirmed yet, but the appearance of it on 2-day, 3-day, 4-day, 5-day, 6-day, and not on 1 day or the weekly was too much to ignore. We talked about how, you know, why that would happen, and the most likely or the most logical reasoning would be market makers trying to paint a chart, trying to hide this divergence from us. Maybe we're seeing it. We could be seeing it here. We have a solid engulfing daily 2-day candle, another green candle with a day left, but right at resistance. So still in this box, this blue box I drew yesterday of our trading range. A break out of it in either direction, likely to continue price action. See, we can see it on the 3-day. I think he's bigger. We can see it on the 3-day. We can see it on the 4-day. We can see it on the 5-day. And we can even see it on the 6-day. But when we switch to the weekly, it's gone. There's no swing low here. RSI had a higher touch here. It's pretty amazing. This weekly looks great. I mean, it has a bottom wick down to our 1050 or 10550 and a bullish engulf candle. So closing this weekly above 10780 is really ideal for the weekly. 2 more days, 3 hours to go. Seems pretty possible. The pullback targets we were looking for, 10.8 to 10.7 area, you know, that's still pretty close to this range, or it's still in that range. 10.780, just under 10.8. Very possible. I would like to see this close bullish engulf on the weekly. That's really going to inspire more confidence in the market. And finally, our oldest edge. And this edge we caught. So we caught this maybe in August, like live. I think that day. We did an episode on Bollinger Bands, a little education. And we saw a bounce. That's actually where that Patreon post came from. We saw a bounce off the middle Bollinger Band on the weekly. And we saw it retested again early September, retested again late September. We haven't quite yet seen it again though. Price seems to be moving away from the middle band. And we were viewing this as our pretty much our only bullish edge all through September. So far so good. That middle band continues to move up every week. Currently, you know, let's just call it 10.3. And that's what's dictating the bottom of our trading range. We don't want to see a break below that for really any extended period of time. And almost certainly we don't want to see a new weekly, we don't want to see a lower low on the weekly here. We don't want to come back to the 21st of September's price action. So we certainly have had hints over the last few weeks of where we might be going. With this weekly, we might be seeing confirmation of that. You know, we're still not totally sure because we're at this level. It's just it's a situation Bitcoin always gets us in. It brings us right to the peak of excitement. You know, we're right under this resistance, and it's just gonna tease us. It's never that easy, right? That was the first thing I said when I woke up and I saw a candle to at an alert for 11.1. I didn't even see the chart, and I just said to myself, I guarantee it did not break it and run, because that'd be too easy. It's never that easy. It's gonna take the path. Some people like to say the path of least resistance, but I'm not sure if that's true. I'm not sure if that's true in Bitcoin. I think it takes the path of most pain. Maybe those two paths are the same path. But the path of most pain almost never gives it to you easy. That's why I'm looking for some kind of pullback, some kind of thing that's going to make at least retail question, is this really a breakout? Oh, I'm getting spam messages on Discord. There's gonna be something that makes people question, because this is too much good news after no real price action. Can't be this easy. If it is this easy, it's gonna rip super hard faster than we're gonna be able to react. But I think the edge still here is playing it smart, not getting emotional. We see CME pretty reflective of spot. I guess CME is closed now. Yep, CME closed just underneath. Let's actually look at CME here on the day. CME's cloud totally different, which is strange. That is very odd to me. I didn't look at this. Looks like we got a cross up under the cloud yesterday. Glad I caught this. Yep. That's a minorly bullish signal. So CME actually looking less bullish than spot, which is unusual. It doesn't twist until November. It also doesn't have that flat top that we saw on the spot markets clouds. Interesting to me. I wonder if we see that 10 or 11,150 saw back here. I wonder if we see this touch on the weekend when they're not trading. Maybe that suggests this weekend. I don't know. That's interesting. I really would not have expected these charts to be that different. Certainly a little difference, but man, these are very different. Like day and night. Fascinating. I don't know. That's pretty much the only thing I can discern, is maybe we touch here on a weekend when this isn't trading. Don't know. You can kind of see a little shelving here on CME, but it's not quite the same. So those were the edges that we were looking at, and seemingly there's hope that they're playing out. Thank God. Looking at Bitcoin dominance. Let's take a look. We were looking for reversals. Still looks like it's on the plate here. Bitcoin dominance does tend to trend up on big moves from Bitcoin. And so we may be pulling back here. This looks like a healthy pullback though. And if we see continuation on this Bitcoin move, we may see BTCD follow the path that we're looking for here on the reversal. Okay, these MAs are right. Interesting. So this is another. CME is giving us totally different signs here. CME's 100-day moving average held a lot tighter, but its 50-day moving average is actually still above price. That is unexpected. That is actually taking me by surprise here. We can see spot is above the 50 MA daily, typical bullish trend territory, while CME is not, closed below it. Very unusual. Pretty wild, actually. Total different stories. CME closed without the bullish edge that spot is reflecting. That's wild. We see Bitcoin rally, or even honestly, if it sells off hard, really has the same effect on Bitcoin dominance. I would expect to see our weekly rally continue. If Bitcoin starts trading sideways, then we may see a retest come back down to 57.18, and alts will get a little love, but higher time frames really favoring a rise, or at least a relief in this loss of Bitcoin dominance. Still very confident in the 62.58 touch at least. Let's see what the indicators are saying. I haven't looked at these today. A little 4-hour bearish divergence. Not too much. A little higher time frame. 12-hour. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Pretty neutral. Above the 50 MA daily though. That is reflecting of spot. Looks like daily bullish divergence. Nice. On MACD, not RSI though. RSI did have the daily divergence, and now is just kind of continuing with this higher low, higher high kind of thing. A little ugly. Not too sold on the daily. Weekly though, still following kind of the pattern we're looking for. 50s coming down in the fashion that we expected. Swooping down into our box. Not too much there. I figured there'd be more, but there is not. We're going to keep an eye though, as we always do. Total market caps. This is the view of the total crypto space as according to TradingView. Holding the same weekly bullish engulfed candle on total as Bitcoin is seeing. And again, doesn't show the divergence on the weekly, similar to spot. But when we look at 6-day, it's actually not there either. Spicy. But it is there on 5-day. Nice. So total also reflecting the same bullish divergence, not on 6-day for whatever reason, but on likely 2, 3, 4, 5-day. Aiming for 388 billion. I think I might have missed that when I was talking here. So in my opinion, we do continue the bull market if we close above this level, which will likely bring us to retest August high. That would be the first target. Pretty much anywhere from 12 to the 12.3, 12.5 area. This would be a likely spot to look for that continuation. Hopefully it would just blast through it, but who knows? All right. I'm digging this volatility. Last week was just so hard to get through. Brutal. Brutal to get through last month. Really only 88 watching. Jeez. I mean, we have the 88 best here, clearly. I guess it's Friday. Everybody's doing stuff. Good for them. This is what I do on Fridays. And I just get on stream. Oh, 90. Okay, good enough. 37 likes and 90 watching. If you guys have not, just a friendly reminder, please hit that like button. Really helps the stream get into search, get in front of new eyes. Now we've been including stocks in the title and in the tags, and it's been great. It's been great looking at stocks, but also it's great because we're getting more eyes from investors that maybe have never looked at crypto through these tags and through these titles. I've noticed it definitely has been effective. We've seen many people come in only interested in stocks, and that's cool, man. Charts are charts. I'll look at whatever. But that's, you know, you guys know that's kind of like my thing. You know, I kind of tasked myself as a champion to spread the good word of crypto, and so getting in the search results super important for that. Let's look at some indices here. Nasdaq, looking at NSX USD. Inverse head and shoulders seems to be playing out nicely. Broke the neckline. Had some bullish divergence here on the 4-hour lows on the 6th versus the 2nd on RSI and MACD. Did not see it on 12-hour. That is okay. Beastly close here today, though. Absolutely great close for everything. You can see the market was really struggling to close a daily above the neckline. Finally did yesterday, and today just printed a solid green 1.43% candle, suggesting that it is setting its sights to retest the highs, 12,466. As we talked about when we first looked at it, what's going to be the important factor here is on that retest, we're going to be looking on RSI, on MACD, whatever oscillators we're using. We're going to be looking to see if we have bearish divergence on those highs. I personally think it's likely. It's really just speculation, opinion. We're only going to know once we get there. We're going to be looking for a higher high on RSI, exceeding 78.83. And we're going to be looking for a higher high on our MACD histogram here on 79.7. If we're able to touch those, if we're able to touch 12,466 and see a higher high on RSI, I'm going to reevaluate. Going to have to reevaluate my position, but so far, I'm expecting to see bearish divergence on that high and likely a sell-off. Let's get it actually on the NASDAQ chart. So this is the original. I want to own up to this because, yes, inverse head and shoulders, we did call it. It was a good play. But I was expecting a gap fill before a break, before a run here for the continuation of the inverse head and shoulders, and I may have been incorrect. I don't know if this is up here. So I just want to be transparent. I was expecting this gap fill. We did not get it, so there still is a gap open. About 11,170 to 11,112, but there is an additional gap above at 12,250 to 12,230. Another area to be looking for. It is totally possible that price only rallies to the gap, and we may see bearish divergence there. That would be the more bearish scenario. In that scenario, I would not necessarily expect our trend line to hold, but we're gonna have to take it a day at a time. It may make more sense in the bearish scenario I'm looking for to fill the gap above first, because the gap below would then be filled on the way back to the trend line. This is, I guess, you know, I'm new to TAing stocks. I'll say new. To be honest, maybe I like it more. I just don't like stocks as much. They seem a lot better behaved. Way better behaved. They actually play out their patterns. They actually kind of follow their TA. It's not bad. In the bearish scenario, where we get a lower high, but a higher high on RSI or MACD, showing some strong bearish divergence, we're going to be looking to the trend line here. You can see the pattern that I drew up lines up pretty well with this small consolidation period through July. Man, that's not that small. Half of July. Looking for support there. If we don't see a bullish divergence on the retest of this trend, then we're going to have to start looking lower. In the ultimate bad scenario, we may come to test this ascending low trend. We can see the ascending low trend lines up with our previous resistance flip support in the 7,700 area. This would be pretty catastrophic. The timing of this is what I like about stocks. There's so much chart history. The timing of this projected by this technical analysis, so who knows, would be around April, around May, actually at the start of May 2021. Typically known as a bearish time, May. Still many months away. That would be interesting, so I'm definitely going to be looking at this chart in May to see how far off or how on I was. If I'm totally wrong about this setup, and we see no bearish divergence when we retest this high, then I'm going to be looking for 14.6. 14.6. Have a measured move up to that point. And likely then, you know, if this is a strong rally through the high, likely to see price find resistance and then come back to find support at our previous high here at 12.4, but that's far off in the future. I'm digging it. I'm digging this stock stuff. I don't know if I'm actually going to trade them. I don't want stocks. I know that's probably faux pas, taboo in trading to say that, but not a fan. And so yeah, the factor behind all this today, everything's rallying. Can we contribute that to anything? Certainly. The dollar has acted as usual. Not at all, not really at all how I would have expected it to. So we've had a pretty bloody day on the dollar here. We can see it opened at about 93.56 and closing in 50 minutes, but currently at 93.06. That's minus 0.5%. That's quite a bloody day for the dollar. If we look left, recently, this is the biggest losing day. Yeah, this is the biggest losing day since August for the dollar, similar to August 18th. And what is extra concerning here to me about the dollar is this is off of the October 6th bullish engulfing candle. Really expected to see more upside and potentially fully test our target box instead of just wicking it and falling. This is a big fake out. Forex reminds me more of crypto than stocks. Like, if this was a stock and we had a bullish engulfing off of a support, I would certainly expect more upside. Forex is a beast, I guess. Like crypto, just giving you fake outs. This is savage. Bullish engulfing candle off support and then 3 days of selling, totaling almost minus 1% in 3 days. It's pretty savage. It's looking likely, as this continues, that 94.65 is going to be our swing high in this formation. Yes, we could come down. We could come down, make a double bottom, come back up, maybe then retest it. But it may be that this was the relief. This could have been the relief bounce of our selling. This was a 0.5 retrace between our swing high and our swing low. That satisfies our relief bounce. That's gonna cut out shorts, gonna trap longs and set it up for potentially more downside. So I'm all about the dollar going down because it helps out everything else. But we caught this play pretty well. Caught this play pretty well live. Was happy with that. And dollar 4 hour not showing divergence. Eight-hour possibly showing bullish divergence on these lows, but really, I think this close is going to be pretty pivotal. Ooh. Francesco, my man, dude, you are so generous. You are such a generous person. Thank you so much for the huge donation, my man. That is amazing. I don't even know what to say. You are a king. King among men, my friend. We looked at the dollar at the end of September, closed bullish engulfing on the monthly, pretty much inverse to Bitcoin, closing bearish engulfed on the monthly, setting it up for potentially more upside, but just like we were looking at for Bitcoin, and again, the inverse of the dollar closing, the quarterly closed awful, closed miserable for the dollar. Bitcoin's quarterly closed great. And potentially we are seeing that terrible monthly or terrible quarterly close play out. Looking for a quarterly close into 2021 greater than negative 3.8%. We have this ghost bar set up here that might be reflecting what we're seeing. If the dollar manages to lose underneath 91.64, where's the swing low? 91.77 ish. Look out below, man. Look out below. That will get ugly quick. So this is likely the big player here today and yesterday for these rallies. You can see that pretty much exactly what the 7th, when the dollar relieved a little bit up to resistance, closed, moved back down. As soon as that started playing out, we saw indices moving up. Indices moving up, and Bitcoin's moving up. Where's this chart? On the 7th, 1, 2, 3 green, and on the dollar, 1, 2, 3 red. Really playing inverse here. Dollar is a great guide for most trading in general. Yeah, Francesco, it's good to have you back, brother. Donations are amazingly generous. But it'd be good to have you back either way. I missed you, bud. I know you've been very busy with work. Francesco's working on, I'm not going to give away his trade secrets, but some very interesting projects that are crypto related. I guess I can say that much. He can feel free to share details if he'd like. I'm not going to take that from him. Oof. Alright, doing well in these search results. Let's see. Yeah, we're doing alright. Not as good as we have been. Lower viewership day. I'm surprised. You know, with Bitcoin's move today and yesterday, I figured there'd be more excitement going on in the space. And we're not seeing it. Not a huge move yet. So I guess that's understandable, but it seems disproportionately small, the energy in the space right now for how potentially bullish this could be, because it definitely has the potential. There's a bunch of scam giveaways in the results. That's why we're getting hammered. Always. Just gonna report this scam. I know you guys might have given up on reporting them, thinking it doesn't do anything, but I report them literally every time I see them. Because even if it just saves one person from getting pwned by them, it's worth it. It's worth my time. Alright, done. Where was I? The crazy Russian. Yo, Rico, actually, Sir Vitali reached out to me today. I wrote back to him after I got up. I don't think I've heard from him since, but yeah, just random timing. He brought him up. He reached out, just asking how things were going. I assume he's just, surviving 2020 like we all are. He has a family that he cares very deeply about, so likely focusing on them. Totally understandable. And crypto hasn't been so exciting, so not so much distraction from him. So just for Crypto Sharknado, we're going to look at oil quick. He loves it. He loves oil. We were looking at yesterday, and we were closing the day at the top of this range we're in, which was the previous gap set in March, and was looking pretty solid. But was not, apparently. Sold off right at the top of our range. Today closing, I guess it already closed. Yep, already closed. Down 1.62%, not bearish engulfed. So could still be reaching up for our 43 here. But not looking too hot. This to me does not look like a market with confidence. This looks like a floppy noodle. You're seeing everything saw a sell-off in March. Everything. Like, pretty much everything. But unlike everything else, unlike its friends, oil has really struggled to reclaim the levels it was at. This is kind of what I would have expected from oil. Just looking at everything else. If not even continuation up higher to its previous peak. Like we're seeing this, we saw it on Bitcoin, we saw it on some indices, stocks, like they really sold off hard but recovered now almost back to the same levels. Oil not seeing that. Oil really struggling to get past this gap it made. I think that makes sense. Oil demand likely not where it was pre-March, pre-2020. Something I didn't notice yesterday but noticed today. High swing here in August for oil, right at the 618 retrace. That is the golden retrace. If oil fails to set a higher high here, My first target would be 3107. Not a good, well, I don't want to say not good. Being rejected at the 618 is a strong message. Strong message that price is unwilling to go higher. Wish I would have caught that yesterday. That's a pretty good catch. Right at the 618. 44.11. 43.83. And I'm sure if I do some weird magic with these wicks here, it'll line up almost perfectly. If I don't use the wicks, maybe. If I use this peak. I don't know. Either way, too close for comfort here. Not an oil bull yet. Put in a higher high, don't show me bearish divergence. Maybe I'll be an oil bull up to 53, 54, something like that. That's it. See, Sharknado wasn't all day like last time. Yeah, I got so many oils. Litecoin. So we brought up Litecoin yesterday because it caught my eye a little bit. Yesterday we're looking at it, and I was looking for a close on the daily for Litecoin USD above the 200 moving average. We got it. We got it. Has not closed above the 200 moving average since September 21st. For comparative, I don't know. To compare, Bitcoin's 200 moving average daily is at, I think, 9,600, maybe 9,800 off the top of my head. So, showing maybe the sentiment of Litecoin much lower. But to retake that level is always critical. We saw the 100 and 200 cross bearish yesterday, and that cross is confirmed now today. And I said yesterday, if we close above the 200, I'm looking for a test of 50. Looking pretty good. Closed above yesterday with 1.5%, and now today's candle closing in an hour and a half, already at 1.38%. Looking solid. So definitely looking for that 50 on Litecoin. Moving on. So I haven't looked at the chat yet, but I'm just gonna sense that Josh is here and he's curious. I have this feeling. OMG looking good again. OMG. Jizzles. 328. Where did my? Here we go. Okay. Daily or 4 hour. 4 hour to do coming off bullish divergence on MACD, not RSI. Oh, and RSI. But was able to sustain its 327 support. Now, we had 2 days where we traded underneath it intraday, but neither day did the market allow it really to close. Technically both of these. Technically the 7th closed below. But that is so close. A little less than I thought. But we can see that the market with these wicks was not so interested in it. Unwilling to settle the day really below it. Opening above it again, back testing. Now we have what is a little doji candle. Not bad. We have daily resistance at 381. With our target likely back to the 420 area.
OMG, 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 YouTube famous BTC King of Kings, first of his name, Big Daddy Crown.
Love you, Josh Bud. OMG, party popper, party popper, party popper. You're the best. So things are looking okay again. Looking good for OMG once again. We don't have any divergence on the daily. We have a lower low and a higher low on both MACD and RSI. The daily is not telling us too much, though I am curious, where are these moving averages? So we were looking at Litecoin just retaking its 200 daily. And we can see OMG above the 100 daily solidly, did have a test probably at the same time Bitcoin did. To me, this suggests that OMG is likely regaining strength in OMG BTC pair Though what is a little concerning is this 50-day. 50-day at $4 twisting down. Little concerning. Not super concerning, but that is something I didn't see. Likely to provide some resistance, as it has in the past, at $4. 380 on the daily. Let's look at the weekly. That is a savage weekly, man. That probably wrecked so many people. We can see that the weekly on OMG this week traded down to a bearish engulf, down to $3. That's probably why Josh was so interested in what was going on, and just reversed, as crypto can do. Just reversed at $3. Why? Probably literally just to fake people out. Market makers likely sold this off into a bearish engulf, knowing they were going to buy it back up above support. And if that is the case, pretty bullish. Pretty bullish. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, okay. This is new. This is new. Wonder what RSI is saying. Not the same. That's okay. Still coming off of what is going to be, in my opinion, weekly bullish divergence. And the MACD now showing a Class C bullish divergence down here. These lows aren't exact same price, but they are close enough, in my opinion, that they are a double bottom on our MACD. This red candle, just out of nowhere, boop, came down. Roughly the exact same as March 30th.
Can I get a tar for PSTI, my lil biotech highly RV? Thanks for everything, tongue out, party popper, party popper, party popper, Prince.
Party popper, Prince. Is that what it said? Crypto Sharknado, my man, thank you for the 5 and PSTI. Yeah, we can. You know what? That reminds me, Rico, you had something you wanted me to look at the other day. And I said you should remind me. You might have, but I don't remember. You should tell me what that is, because I owe you one for yesterday. PSTI. 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 Whoa. Whoa. Sakura Data. Sakura Pay. Wow. I'm not sure if you're someone who's been here before. I don't recognize the name, but thank you so much, man. That $100 donation, that's huge. Thank you so much. You didn't include a message or anything, so I don't know if you want me to look at anything, but feel free to ask, and welcome if this is your first time here. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, dude, I'm feeling the love. It's Friday. We're feeling the love the day. So I opened that up for you, Shark. We'll get to that. And then Rico's TKWY. Take a look at that one too. It's Friday and we're just charting away. All right. Charting away. Let me see. Anything else? Any thoughts on OMG? Just waiting for this weekly bullish divergence to play out. That's really it. I want to see this weekly close above our 328 support. Looking likely with 2 days left. That bottom wick shows me that buyers are not willing to let price slip. Not interested in seeing a close below on the weekly of 328. And just looking solid. Looking solid. As I said yesterday, all of these USD paired alts are really riding on the king, waiting for the king to give them the go ahead. And that's probably going to dictate how this plays out. Technically, I think it looks solid. Looks great. Especially long term, because it's that weekly divergence we were checking out. You can see it on the daily as well, and this is just power. We see daily low, the lows coming up, higher low, higher low, higher low. We saw a low, a lower low, and then a higher low in price, man. That's like, how do we even... We got Tres Titos. Where's real estate? This is the Tres Titos pattern. Those Tres Titos. The Teters. So yeah, still looking for the same target overall in OMG. 620 area. I'm gonna have to expand this box again because we got juked out. Juked out on the time frame. But I think it's coming. Tres Titos leading the way. Alright, PSTI. Or Sir Sharknado. Let's zoom out, see how much chart history we have. Whoa. Okay. Whoa. What? What is this? This looks like Bitcoin, man. What happened here? Dollars. Traded at 280 in June of 2008. What is this? Bitcoin? What's going on? We have some quarterly resistances here, but they are likely not in play at the moment. Let's zoom it into the monthly. Look at all these events. Weirdly, we see the quarterly MACD histogram refusing to flip negative, even after what looks like 10 years of selling off, refusing to flip negative. And also, here we go. Looks as if, Q3 and now potentially Q4, showing signs of momentum for the first time in 10 years, showing a signal that maybe we're getting a little positive Momo. I haven't even been able to see the chart yet. Don't need to. Just looking at indicators. Jeez. I'll tell you what, you never see anything like this in crypto. Never seen anything like that. I think I might have to throw this on logarithmic just to even look at it. Yeah. Ooh, you might have found yourself a spicy one here, dude. Can't confirm yet. But to me, that looks like how you build crazy, crazy bullish divergence. So let's zoom in so we can actually see some of this chart. Phew. That is ridiculous, man. How can something do that? I've never seen anything like this. 3rd of January, 2000. So 6 years of selling and just didn't flip negative on the monthly. I don't understand. Crypto, man, that would have flipped negative in like 2 days. Invert this. This is one that makes me think I want to invert it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That is wild. I dig this chart. Thank you for pointing this one out. Likely never would have seen it. Let's see, a swing high to swing low to swing high. Almost 100% retrace and not quite. Almost. I bet there's a harmonic here. I spy with my little eye something harmonic. Do I? Maybe. It's a little ugly. Alright, monthly, let's look at these lows. Nope, but what is this? Nice. So we have absolutely monthly bullish divergence on these lows. I would say confirmed by this mega candle on the 1st of April. Definitely RSI bullish divergence there. Nice. That is what I like. You get to get these long time frames on stocks that you never can see on crypto because it just hasn't existed long enough to like have monthly or quarterly divergence. Let's check out MACD. Are you agreeing, MACD? Yeah, we see it on MACD as well. Solid. Solid. Little concern here as RSI is up. But I think that these lows are going to overpower that. I think these lows are going to overpower it. Come on, Fib. You got to be able to tell us something here. Just touch the 5. Oof. That's rough, though. It is a rough time to look to go long. Likely to see resistance at 1671 for the 618 retrace. And we can see that that was previous resistance in 2017. Not too much, even a little action here on it. But bullish divergence on the monthly, that I don't even know what that means. I mean, clearly it's a good thing for bulls, but we don't see that. We don't get to see that ever. That is flagging. That is absolutely flagging. I love that we started looking at stocks, dude. This is like, now I'm starting to think I was silly for not looking. It's all the same. It's all the same stuff. So let's see, I'm looking for, that's not what we have yet. This is what we currently have. It's kind of a hanging triangle, bull flag, whatever you'd like to call it. Look for a break with an alert. Good enough. Daily is a little overheated. I would like to see another move up on here. Maybe paint a little bearish div, and then that move up, break this high, close above 21, and then come back to test it. Test 1650 as support. That would be nice. But as it stands, if it sells off here, that is not good. That would be very bad. That would confirm the daily. And God knows how long quarterly or monthly divergence takes to play out. That's out of my realm right now. Right at the 5, this is a stickler. This looks bullish to me, man. I like this. What I really like about it is I look at this and I don't see too much. We're at the 0.5. I think a test of 1650 is likely. When I look at this, I don't see that much. But when you invert this, man, this just looks like anything that has double topped. This looks like any asset that is overextended and ready for pain. Doesn't it? We have like the bear flag here. We have double top. Roughly. It's off by a few cents. Really just have to break that 1620 zone, and I think that there's significant upside here. Likely wouldn't see resistance if it breaks 1650 all the way up to about 30 for 100% gain. Not shabby. Not too shabby. Something of note, let's see, this swing low in January 2016. Looks like when it was broken, has already been back tested on the weekly. Nice. This is a good chart. This is definitely one I'm gonna save and I'm gonna look at in the future. I'm gonna give the edge with the bulls here. Let me zoom into the daily before I make any bad calls. Daily bullish divergence on these lows, 25th and 5th of June. Coming back up to touch the top of this flag. Looks like for the fourth time. 1, 2, 3, 4 touches. 1, 2 bottom touches. Would not blow my mind to see it come back down before breaking up, making it the 5th and 3rd. But I would not like to see it drop below 865. $865. I'm keeping my eye on it. That's a cool chart. Let's move to Sir Rico's because I owe him. Just Eat Takeaway. I remember you talking about this. I remember you talking about that. Let's zoom it out. Oh, this is definitely not that. Ooh. Neutron Labs. Thank you, Neutron Labs. Another generous donation. Dude, today is generosity coming out of the woodwork. That's pretty crazy. I'm not even sure what to say. Thank you so much. Wow. I'm blown away today. You guys are amazing. You guys are amazing. Neutron Labs, thank you so much. TK. I just got thrown off my game a little bit. TKWY. Weekly, let's zoom it out. 3 months, okay. This is a little more, a little more manageable here. We have a solid uptrend. We have a quarterly support, likely a yearly support at 82.40. Let's pump it to a year just to look. Wow. Well, in a solid uptrend, I mean, little arguing there, man. Opened in January 2016 and has only really gone up. We haven't even seen a bearish engulfed candle. Looking at this pattern of lows just on the yearly right here, right now, though I do expect a higher high next year, I also would expect a test of this 82.40 at some point. Because we can see that almost every year since, with one exception, with the exception of 2018, every year has wicked down to what is almost bearish engulfing on the yearly, only to buy back up. So 2021, I would be looking for 82.50 area at some point, just to follow that pattern. All right, let's get off the year. 3 month, not gonna have much. Does look to be slowing down a little. Not quite as much chart history as the previous. In danger. Monthly is in danger. We're not seeing it yet, but monthly resistance at 98. It is in danger if it rejects at that level. Not so much on our side though, so that's... Okay, yeah, our side is telling a different story. So, monthly bullish divergence on these lows here. See a lower swing with a higher swing. The highs are a little iffy. We do see what could be, I assume as we zoom in, this is going to be kind of an cup and handle scenario, or inverse head and shoulders that's like diagonal. You can kind of see it here on the monthly. So, want to see this asset or stock, I want to see this close above 98.02, and I want to see it run. Where do I want to see it run to? I want to see it run to 106 and north of 125. If it's able to accomplish that, it should remove the potential bearish divergence that it may have. But this cup and handle, I think, is going to confirm that that might be likely. That might be the probable move. There we go, weekly confirmed. Weekly confirming some bullishness on these lows here. Still showing the same thing on the highs. So what I just said, very important. Needs to close above this level and needs to move. Cannot close there, sell back, come back to support. Nope. Then it will be in danger. RSI looks like no divergence. That's fine. Yeah, we got this. This is not quite as cup and handle-ish. Maybe it's on the daily we'll see this. But that is kind of cuppish. Handle-ish. So maybe kind of a diagonal head and shoulders. Interesting. Clearly in an uptrend. I mean, this asset has not seen much downside in its history. And I think from what Rico's told me, it's a food delivery business I don't see food delivery being in less demand, at least into the end of this year. Honestly, maybe ever though. I think food delivery is going to be a business that pretty much only expands. From now until, I don't know, drones deliver it for us. Daily off the 200 on the swing low, now above the 50, looking bullish on the daily, which is what we want to see. We want to see that. RSI not showing much. Daily bullish divergence, same as the weekly there. No divergence on these highs, yeah. Solid stock though, my man. Solid chart. I like this one too. It's just refreshing. When you look at stocks, or when you look at crypto all day, everything looks pretty similar. Like, once you start looking at it enough, everything is the same chart to you. But stocks just do their own thing. They don't seem to care about like the big indices, or I guess they care about dollar or something, or their fiat, but 1, 2, 3 touches. It's just refreshing. It's a total new challenge. Looks like the 4-hour has some bullish divergence here. 1, 2, 3. Triple on the lows for MACD. And triple on the lows for RSI. Pretty cool. I'm going to say the edge is with the bulls on this one. I'm looking for 116 to 125 euro. Close before the end of the year, I would say. Likely to be that time frame. Cool chart. Thanks, man. Glad to have looked at it for you. Raven. Is Raven actually doing something? That would be new. I don't even have my own chart for Raven because it's been so long. What's up, guys? 76 watching, 79 likes. That's pretty sweet. I'll take it. I will take it. Man, I'm surprised at how chill today is, though. I mean, Bitcoin finally doing stuff. Finally showing some kind of life. Figured people would be back. But honestly, I think it's a good thing that we're not seeing tons of new people, tons of crazy FOMO emotions. I was worried that we would. Actually kind of expected it. Likely a good thing that we're not, though. That makes me a little more confident. It makes me a little more confident in the rally here. If we were seeing a lot of FOMO, I would have very little confidence. So maybe it's a good thing. What do we got? Connect these lows here. Connect these highs. See where we're at. Interesting. I have not looked at this in quite some time. Looks like it fell into new all-time low territory. But definitely in a descending wedge. I don't think I've TA'd this in like a year. Definitely in a descending wedge. Let me get rid of some of this. So at some point wants to reverse here. This is Bitcoin pair, just as a reminder, not USD. Backwards. Take it from its low all the way to its high. Let's see if we're at any value. Nope. Take it to its first swing low, maybe. Nope. Negative 98 sats. I don't think that's a target. So I mean, we're likely catching knives here if we're gonna enter this. But okay, here we go. This is the edge. Maybe this is what you're looking at. When I zoom out, I don't see much edge. But zooming in here only to the last kind of local price action days, we do. Definitely see it's actually greater than that. Bullish divergence here. We definitely see it in RSI and MACD, which is nice. Welcome to have some kind of agreeing signal. Jeez. Dang it, it goes back even farther on MACD. Okay. Where to buy this though is a rough is a rough question. Definitely gonna have some resistance above, man. This coin really, I don't know what happened to it. I know that there was a lot of hype. I remember it had a lot of traded volume when it came out. Lots of people were mining it. It was a very profitable coin to mine for quite some time in the space. Well, something happened. I can't remember what it was. There was some kind of bad news-ish type thing that really set it back. I don't know, maybe there was some kind of vulnerability with it. Maybe somebody else knows. I think there was something fundamental that was not great going on and really fell out of the spotlight. You can see that here. Still making lows. Boy, that's not helpful. We do have some divergence on the daily. We have it on the 4-hour, so that's nice as well. More local. Not a MACD though. Really, this is going to be a knife catching event if you try to play this. We do have divergence on the daily, but yeah, we could just see it continue to print divergence down and down and down. It touched 113 sats. If I were going to kind of, you know, gamble on this, play this, I might try to look for 100 sats simply because it's the psychological cheap value. On the way up, you're going to have 175 as resistance likely. 200, 250, all psychological, but also reflected in the chart. We have bullish signs on short term and on our longer term chart. But when you're underneath, when you're just kind of at all-time low in a pair, you know, you never know. We do see that price action is losing momentum, I think. This looks like it's losing momentum. This was the last momentum leg here. And now price has really just kind of coiled up and is moving down steadily, which shows a loss of momentum. Likely pretty much everyone who was gonna sell this in Bitcoin pair is sold. I mean, you break your all-time low and now you're 50% underneath that. You're gonna shake hands. They're definitely gonna shake the hands out. It's up to you guys. Eventually this will rally and we're seeing signs of it. But it's a hard one to call. Definitely a hard one to call. Yeah, I mined it too. I mined it like last winter. Last winter, keep my house warm with the Raven coins. Let's see what's going on. I haven't looked at the chat like this entire time. Sorry guys, very briefly. What's up, Alex B? Mr. Bowler. Portrait Crawler wants to look at ADA. Can probably look at ADA. Yeah, dude, it's weird. Like, people really liked Raven. You guys know I don't really follow coins that much, like specific coins, but people really seem to like that one. And it wasn't, I don't know, to me it didn't seem like it was super FOMO-y. There was something people liked about it. I can't remember what it was. And then I remember there was just some kind of bad news or something weird, like maybe the blockchain had a vulnerability. I don't know, something weird. And it just fell out of interest. Like I remember looking on Binance, and Ravencoin was like number 2 or 3 in traded volume for weeks, and it was weird because it's not a very big cap. Not, you know, it wasn't like in the top 10 kind of thing. Nice average there, Rico. That's a wonderful average. It may well never come back to 63. Low Braids, my man. Thank you for the endorsement of the patron. I also have a public patron post today. First one. Oh, Little Braids, you're here with your daughter. Hi, Little Braids' daughter. Hello. Thanks for joining us. What's up, Josh Jones? Brandon Brown. Waiting for Ren and Uma. Mining stocks, that's not bad, yeah. Where's the Huxa? He was here. He was here. Nick, no, it's not too late. Typically around like the 15th, I think it's not. Like after the 15th. Yeah, I don't have any eyeballs, by the way. Eyeballless. Around like the 15th is when it starts becoming not a great deal. But it's still have like 2/3 of the month. It's up to you, man. That's just totally up to you. I wear sunglasses because I'm blind. I'm just a blind charter. Word, looks good. Looks good. Everybody's here. I'm liking that the energy is still low. Ooh, while we're wicking up. Sweet. Sweet. Watch for the divergence. We don't have hourly, still not where it needs to be. Same with 2-hour MACD, but RSI is fine. RSI on above the 1 hour has put in higher highs. MACD also higher highs, so who knows, man? This is gonna be an exciting close. This could be a very exciting close. But RSI hourly says, watch out. Exciting. Let's look down in even smaller time frames here. No divergence. Bearish. Okay. I'm liking this candle though. Looks like we had a double top here, which I didn't notice. I don't consider double tops very strong reversals, to be honest. They usually play out, double tops or double bottoms, but they don't seem to be like trend ending. Woo. Kind of like trend ending kind of things. They seem to be temporary, in my experience. Ehole, what's up, my man? One Blurred Edge, I saw you were here first. Good to see you. Shelly Mash, what's up? And Vesemir, dude, it's good to see you. Thanks for joining. Ja has been extremely busy at work, and so has not been around too much. I'm missing him, but he'll be back. But I appreciate you guys being here. There we go. Unidentified attackers exploited a Ravencoin vulnerability. Yep. That was it. That's bad news for a coin. It's not really even like that there were extra coins generated, especially if the vulnerability was fixed, which I'm sure it was fixed very quickly. It's just the uncertainty that it creates is like how many were created extra, how much supply extra is there. And like, can we be sure? We're not certain if it is fixed now or if we are aware of the damage it's done. It's just a lot of uncertainty. Typically does not reflect well for a coin's price. Yo, Nick, signed up for Patreon. My man. My man. I don't know why not trading. I don't know why Streamlabs, that's the word I'm looking for. Streamlabs like has not been announcing new patron memberships like it used to. It does eventually, but it's really delayed. It's a bummer because I think that that's like really nice to have going on live. When you're live, you'll see it. Get a little patron hype. But dope, man, dope. Speaking of patrons, I gotta post a thing today. Yeah, Jaw's been busy. I'm not sure if people have set up one-on-ones for or with him. If they have, we can still do them tomorrow. And if you wanted a one-on-one slot, I'm sure there are times. I gotta reach out to him today. We're still figuring out when we want to do like patron nights and the one-on-ones. I would like to split them up, the day versus the night. It's just too much in one day. I'm freaking beat by the time we're supposed to just kind of be relaxing and having fun. You guys did give me some good feedback. I appreciate that, everybody who reached out and gave me feedback on that. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, right? We're still in search, doing good. Surprised at how few people are here, though. That's okay. We went on a little later than usual, a little less announcement, but maybe we're about to get a surge of people here. I don't know. We definitely get spicy into this close. Everything's on the table. We could see a sell-off. We could see a rally. Rally would be so exciting. Wildly exciting if we get a rally. Not bad. I knew there was a trend here. Nice. Let's zoom it in even more. Zooming it in even more. Not seeing much extra. A nice 50 bounce on 5-minute RSI. Not something I use a lot. The only time I ever flip to the 5-minute is when I'm like we're at like this kind of point. When we've rallied and then we kind of traded sideways, I flip to the 5-minute because the RSI on 5-minute sometimes in this specific scenario can definitely cue you off to a rally or an extension continuation. Not looking bad. That bounce off the 50 here, that's solid. We will see. Gonna trend up in momentum here on the 5-minute. Bullish momentum growing on the 5-minute, slowly while selling momentum is waning. Not a bad sign after rallying and being at resistance, but none of this matters unless it breaks up, especially before close. If we get a breakup before close, it's gonna be amazing. Amazing. Buffman T, what's up, dude? Oh, I'm on. Your supply. I'm on regular right now, yeah. Good point. Good point. On log, we have not touched it. Regular, maybe more fitting with this move currently. But log is still underneath. Maybe a better sign, actually. To have pulled back before the trend. That may be a better setup. But yep, I was on regular. I've been using regular. I've been switching back and forth. I've actually been kind of switching back and forth and looking at both. Typically what I found is this exact scenario is log. One of them will, the trend line will be like right at price action. And the other one will basically be just a little bit higher or lower depending on the trend. Right now up. kind of like back here with this purple trend. On normal, it's like the breakout point. We can see it was like resistance and then breakout point. And then we switch it to log, then it's like the back test support. Kind of interesting the way these interact. You can see it's like support, broke, but then support, support. And I've been just kind of playing those off each other. It's a huge difference. Huge difference. Wild. Kind of like this though. I like this on log now because we are underneath it as opposed to maybe above it, but let's go with log for now. It'll help keep our emotions in check being on log. Where did this go? Okay. Times for 1200. There we go. We got our 50 MA back. $54 minutes. We could get it. On the 2-hour chart. On the 2-hour chart, it really doesn't look much different to me, to be honest. Sure, like, yes, I know what you're saying. Definitely if we connect the highs here, we have like an ascending wedge kind of thing. Ascending triangle. It's hard to define why I don't necessarily see it that way. I guess it's because I'm expecting a move from here. I'm expecting a move from here to paint kind of what this really is. And also if we zoom out, we can see it's kind of a flat top triangle here, potentially. So locally, yeah, I can see that. I think it's, for me, it's a, I don't think we've seen this play out, whether that means it's going to like sell off here or rally. I don't think we have the pattern yet, if that makes sense. I don't think it's totally revealed yet. Definitely a break of this upsloping support line could lead to selling off, absolutely. Nice. Looking strong into the close. That's 2 days in a row, guys. 2 days in a row looking strong into close. We can see it rallied right before close yesterday. Right into close here, rallying. Not so much before that. But that's a good sign. That's like maybe the same pattern. Maybe the same pattern. Still going too. Ooh, don't play games with my heart. Don't play games with my heart, Bitcoin. Don't do this to me. Yo, false flags. What's up, brother? Hey. There's nothing criminal here. Fading, waiting, feigning. Yes. It's a feigning line. Yeah, Rico, you know, I always used log for the first many years of trading in crypto. And then I started noticing how log and normal play, and know that lots of people do use normal, lots of people use log. So why totally dismiss one? I found that like switching between them and looking at where these trends line up, it seems that they're both valuable. Maybe market makers use that kind of against the market. Don't know. Get this some 5-minute madness maybe. Voice, higher swing high. Higher swing high. And bell. 10 seconds. All right. And let's make an alert. Make a downside alert too. Yo, Dimitri Marcello, what's up, my man? Send in a hug. Well, I send you a hug right back, brother. Likely to see a new high. Well, we had a high today on the daily. Don't know. Don't know, man. Higher time frames, the farther you zoom out, the more it suggests that there's more upside. And the more you zoom in, the more it suggests that there's downside here. So maybe downside then upside. The probable outcome, in my opinion. But who knows, dude? I've been saying it today. Flip a coin. We're at resistance. We can't know. We really can't know what's going to play out here. So flip a coin. But you can use that knowledge of not knowing to set up a trade. You don't have to know the future. In fact, I think successful trading involves acknowledging that you don't know what's going to happen and playing those odds, playing the game anyway. I don't know how people get these trends. How do people make their trend lines? I don't understand. Some people just like take a trend and they just like kind of draw it. You know, like I don't even understand. Like they just like vaguely place it. I don't get it. And then they're like, look, we broke it. And it's like, but you just kind of sloppily placed that. Like you didn't even snap it to the values. Like the weekly looks crazy. If you measure the wick, if you go wick to wick, I mean, the weekly looked crazy last week if you went to that wick. Now on our wick, it looks even crazier. I think that's just like sloppy. Why you can put them perfectly? Why not put them perfectly? You know what I mean? 47 minutes till close. I can't, this is a nail biter. I don't think I'm going to be able to get up till it closes. Good. Wolfpack, read the Patreon post. You should. Thank you for loving the tips. I know something else is high on the daily. Giggity. Mm, 47 minutes till close? Question. What will we get? Will we close? You know, we might not even have to set a higher high today. Really, if we just see the 4 hour. We see the 4 hour close above 1196, something like that. Let's get the exact value. We don't deal in estimates here. We deal in exacts. I don't know why people deal in estimates when they could deal in exacts, but closing the 4 hour above 1196, that might be enough. We may not even need to close the daily higher. Bullish engulf on the 4 hour, maybe we run it. Would be the time. Bearish engulfed 4 hour, then bullish engulf back. That'd be a pretty strong signal. A strong signal to the market. Nice, still in search. Loving it. I gotta run to the bathroom here quick. As I always do about 3 hours in. Because I'm a human, I'm not a hologram, not a robot. I'm gonna throw up the smoke screen. Gonna make it quick. Don't move. Don't leave that seat. While I'm in the bathroom, remember to give the stream a like, subscribe, slap the bell, hop in Discord, and check out the public patron post. Link in the chat. Made the first public patron post today. Check it out.
over and over again.
Alright, alright. Alright, alright. We're back. Ugh. Seems the hype is wearing off. Hype is wearing off. That's alright, guys. I think it might be spicy into close. I don't want to stop streaming, but I feel we're gonna fall out of search results here as we're losing views. Nope, we're still there. Wow. I don't know how it works. I don't know how that works. Justin Bond, what's up, dude? Hype in the chat. Typically when we kind of fall off on views, we fall out of the search, but I guess not. It's so weird to me that there's not a lot of hype today. Maybe we are gonna break up. That'd be wild. If there was tons of hype, I would say no chance. 3 hour looks like a double bottom on MACD. RSI, nothing. Bearish divergence on the highs for the 30-minute. On RSI. To do with how little excitement is going on in the space, just view-wise. Dude, we're going up. There was a ton of noobs here yelling, should I buy, should I buy? No chance. 38 minutes 38 minutes to go. Looking for a 4 hour / daily close above 11,096. That would be solid. We're right there. We're 11,094. 37 minutes to go. Could be good. No pullback here would be savage. Savage. Look at the new 23.6. Not even a 236. Flip your coins, boys. Flip your coins. Flip your Bitcoin. Flip it. If it's heads, it's going up. If it's tails, it's not. Let's go. Typically when there's not a lot of hype though is when we see the moves. Typical. We've been seeing these moves up at roughly the same time. 15 UTC ish, 11 to 15 after US trading hours. So this move is on the 14:30, 10. So it's like what time best with that? Let's put it on US time. Minus 6 in the morning for the US. 6 to 8 in the morning. Those are the moves where no one's, I guess no one, because we're talking about East versus West, where the West is not awake. No one sees them. I'm less confident in moves during trading hours, during US times, during West times, because there's more eyes typically. The West does the majority of the trading and the buying in this space currently. And when it happens overnight, it catches more people off, especially retail. More convincing. Matthew Miller, you asked me that yesterday. I appreciate the commitment. I've been skeptical. I've been skeptical of the CME filling since it was painted. We touched it, filled some of it. But there's really nothing that says we have to fill it, ever. No, there is no enforcement. No enforcement of them. Been solid though. Close this 30-minute. Highest 30-minute close if it closes here. Matthew, there is on lower time frames, there's bearish. We have bearish divergence on these highs, yes. On yesterday's high versus today's high, we have bearish divergence on low time frames. The longer you zoom out, the less it's there, and really, the farther you zoom out, the more you're actually seeing bullish divergence on the lows being reflected. And so locally, yes. Zooming out, no. So I was expecting maybe at least a touch to this little box, 11 flat, but we didn't get it here either. If we don't get it here, that's going to be, it's going to just continue to trap people out. Looking good, man. 30 minutes left. Bounce off the 50 RSI, never terrible. Never terrible. Zoom it in like we did yesterday into the 5-minute. Take a look at everything. What's going on? What's going on? OMG still staircasing. Probably aren't trading right now, so not super relevant. Row had a solid close. Yesterday when we were looking at it, we were looking. Really, time zone? Wait, what? Today's the 9th, right? Yeah. Solid close. I guess we weren't looking for anything of super significance. Maybe 15.6. Solid close. Looking to close probably doji today. ZRX USD still moving off of our support, kind of double bottom. Band reaching up for our target from yesterday, 736 for short term, looking good. Ooh, little 1 hour bullish divergence on band. USD, nice. And C looking solid. YFI still heading towards our 2811. Atom stuck in the range that we were looking at yesterday still. ETH, yep. Solid ETH candle today. Solid. Looked at that. Absolutely. Still not quite there. A little bit more for a higher high on MACD. RSI pretty unimpressive. Still heading for 370 on ETH. Gold hit our target, hit our trend line. Looks like it's still moving. Solid. Solid. Silver, same thing. Hit our trend line, hit our target. Yiffy 1. I like this. I'm liking how this is playing out actually with hitting our support. This V bottom, strong reversal potential on that V bottom for YFI. Tezos with a solid move up, it looks like, since yesterday. Yeah. Struggling with that $2.20 resistance, but showing a little more energy this time as it swings up into it. Still looking for $2.65 there. And NMR. Struggling. Still expecting test of that low yellow trend there. Let's see. Maybe some 4-hour bullish divergence on XRP. Maybe retesting 25.8. Uni potentially throwing us a curveball here. Guess we'll see. Still not super confident though. Looks like it hit the 345 and sold off. And struggling to close above it again. Dot back testing our trend line. Shrugging off bearish divergence for the highs here though. Could see continuation on dot up to 448, 450. Vet just being vet. Nothing super crazy looking there. And we are into the last half hour here. Hmm. 27 minutes. I haven't taken a look at ENJ, really crypto mined. We've looked at a lot of charts today. I don't know how many more I'm going to look at here. Kind of waiting on this BTC close. Yeah, true. Yeah, of course, Josh. There's no guarantees in trading. There's never any guarantees, but we got to find edges, or else we're just trading blindly or guessing. And divergence. Divergence is pretty solid. Does tend to play out more than it doesn't. I would say that. More often than it doesn't. So it's an edge. It's really all we could ask for. Never going to get a guarantee no matter what. Doesn't matter what you see on any time frame. Doesn't guarantee anything. But it may make it statistically more likely for one move over the other. And that's what we look for. That's what we, as traders, that's what we need to find. We need to learn to identify. Oop, did the Discord one twice. Oops. There we go. The more edges you can find that agree, statistically, the probably better odds you have, the more confidence you have in what you're looking at. But yeah, nothing's ever going to guarantee anything. If only. If you ever had a trade that was guaranteed, could be a millionaire tomorrow. Just billion times leverage, all your money, retire the next day. That'd be nice. We just don't get them. There's always going to be that uncertainty factor, that move against everything you see. But that's okay. You got to factor that in as well to your trading. That you can't always be right. You're never going to always be right. This is annoying. So, Nick DiRamondo, I do see they signed up for Patreon. I got an email, but for whatever reason, Streamlabs is not picking up on it. Annoying. It even says it here on my dashboard. What the heck? I do not know. I do not understand why it's not working. It's on the dashboard. Why isn't it announcing it? I have to go talk to their support again. Again. These guys must know me by my first name, just like all the YouTube people. They all know me. They fear my tickets. Writing him a ticket. Okay. I can't look away. It's like it's too close. Can't stop. But I'm a little bit out of energy here, to be totally honest. Didn't even expect to stream this long. Kind of figured we'd have a little floppier price action. Ooh, R. Martin with his magnet hat. Looking sharp, buddy. I'm sure you are. Looking sharp. Yeah, I'm a little bit out of energy. Waiting for Bitcoin to re-energize me here. But I don't want to look away. I know I'll miss it. I know if I turn the stream off, something is going to immediately pop out. Now here's something that I did want to look at. Might have enough energy for this. XMR continuing to set new heights. Unfortunately, we see on the 4-hour for XMR though, we have 3 lower highs in RSI. On the 4-hour, 3 lower highs in MACD as well. On these higher price pushes, so triple bearish divergence on these highs, not ideal. I feel like that played out pretty good. Zoom out. Sadly, on the daily, we see the same thing. Not great. Ah, bueno. Still could push up into the 130 range, but likely to sell off and find support. And that even looks logical. Looking at this movement of XMR, it's very coiled, full of pullbacks. It's really building a solid support base. It's going to be very solid support going forward, likely. I don't know why I missed this. How did I miss this this peak here at 120, 121? Why is that not on my chart? 121 is still likely. Get rid of these old projections. But that triple bearish divergence on the high is hard to ignore. Definitely hard, hard to ignore. still performing amazingly. Very consistent. Performing incredibly consistent XMR. We can see there's almost 3 levels, or there is 3 levels here, of parabolic movement. You see a low trend here, then a more inclined low trend, and now an even steeper trend as price pushes up. This thing does have potential to just take off, especially after building this so solidly. Looking way stronger than Bitcoin, I feel, in that sense. Really taking its time at each level, slowly moving, no big moves. You can see these are daily candles and they're all little pebbles. Really putting in the time as it climbs. It's nice to see. Very nice. 34 minutes left. Cool, and views are coming back up. We're coming out of the grave. We touched down to 69. Now we're back to almost 90. Awesome. Welcome back, fam. Welcome back for the close. Demetrios, Desmos, dude, long time, my brother. Good to see you. Welcome back. Koalas are a drunk animal. That's what I know about them. Blinky Bill, oh my god, false flags. You just threw me in a time machine like 25 years in the past. Whoa. I cannot say I've heard that. Whoa. Whoa, buddy. Hey there, Blinky. I still remember like this song. I'm not gonna sing it. Why did Streamlabs merch send me $3? Maybe somebody bought a sticker. Something. Minutes left. Oh my goodness. If we hadn't rallied in these last like 30 minutes into this, just like yesterday, we saw it. Just like yesterday, I'm getting caught. Can't move, but kind of out of energy. It's good to see people joining us though, rejoining for the close. Good time to remember to hit the like button on the new stream and subscribe if you have not yet. Would be appreciated. Hop in the Discord. Best way to keep up with our streams and when we go live, and trade alerts and live 24/7 stream there. And maybe an excellent time to check out the public patron post today, first one ever public, outlining a little taste of what the patrons get on a daily basis. If you're looking to invest in yourself and your trading skills, your trading career, if you want to grow as a trader, Patreon is the place for you. exclusive educational content, trade setups, technical analysis, one-on-one tutoring weekly, included in the membership. So check it out. Check out the public post, see if that's something that you think would help you. Except on a daily basis, updated, a little more detail. A lot more detail. Check it out. We have 30 minutes left. Or do we only have 15 minutes? Oh, 15 minutes left. Man, see, that's how tired I am. I'm losing it. Good, 15 minutes left. That's much more manageable. Looking for 11,096 for the daily close here. Close the 4-hour bullish engulfing would be a nice little treat for the day. I'm gonna throw up the smoke screen for just 5 minutes while I stretch out, but I'm right here, not going anywhere. Ugh. Anybody knows how to record? I have a green screen. If anyone knows how to record a video that has a transparent background, like a GIF, shoot me a message, because I want to make this smoke screen slightly animated, be a little more convincing. It just tickles my humor. I think it's so funny, but it's funny because it's effective. You can like take a break from the camera for a minute and viewership doesn't slide off a cliff. So it's a win-win. My skin suit, you mean my lizard suit or something, I don't know.
Is there more to us than the words we say, the games we play?
You know, I never, false flags, I never saw Flubber. Like as a kid, I feel like I missed out. It was like one of the only kind of kids movies I didn't see. I don't know why. How many naps do I take a day? Actually, I haven't taken any naps. I haven't taken a nap in... I haven't taken a successful nap in weeks, maybe. So none. I've just been sleeping in. Not a fan of sleeping in. I've not been getting good sleep, especially after the other night. Oh my goodness, almost died. Yeah, I won't say almost died, that's dramatic. Had a brush with death. Needless to say, did not sleep. 11 minutes till close and views are coming up, moving up. Guess that means this close is a little more anticipated than previously during the episode.
But can I swim across these seas? We're in this together. We're in this together. We're in this together. We're in this together. We're in this together.
10 minutes. Count. Catch. Demetrius, I want to take some days off here, but it's like I can't take these days off. These days are all exciting. We finally have price movement. I can't give up those sweet price movement days. I'll rest when the market rests. So maybe 2021. We'll see. We'll find out. Uh-oh, there we go. We got our first person asking if they should buy. That's the sign we weren't looking for. But it's only one, so that's okay. Not like a flood. A lot of them would be bad. I feel like I look like a robot in this picture. Robotic. 8 minutes left into the close. Yeah, you don't have to feel bad for me. Man, I chose this path. I chose this path. Yeah, it chose me a little bit too, but I knew what I was getting into. No one needs to feel bad. I mean, maybe you feel bad about the other night. You don't have to, but I felt bad. That was not fun. But I chose this path. I chose this burden. Be a champion. Volunteered champion of the decentralized. And that comes with a burden. Do what I was getting into. I'm looking through my different TA groups, seeing if people are FOMOing. To be honest, most of my TA groups that I'm in, like people have invited me to over the years, they're all pretty much just inactive right now. They're all just kind of dead. They're not paying attention. That's a good sign for me. Moving up and then sideways and no one paying attention, that's a bullish sign. No, I didn't blow any accounts. Captain Planet. I am Captain Planet. These are heroes. Gonna take pollution down to 0. Oh man, I'm going crazy. I haven't slept well in like 3 days. Price action always keeps me up. Combine that with nearly choking to death. So that's the story. It's not a very fun story. It's not a very interesting story. I pretty much wake up every night to eat in the middle of the night. I'm a night eater. I woke up to eat as I always do. We got this delicious sandwich earlier in the day that I had like half of left. I took a few bites. And you know how it was like a really thick bread sandwich, okay? And you know how when you put them in the fridge, that bread gets like thicker. It gets thick. It's like soggy. It wasn't bad. Still tasted great, but the bread was like sticky. You know what I'm talking about. And I took a bite, swallowed it, and this had never happened to me in my life, ever. Swallowed it, and it just like didn't go down the way it was supposed to, and it somehow like lodged itself in my esophagus. And I started to choke. I've never choked on food. Like I wrestled all through high school, all through middle school. And so I know the feeling, not a fan of it, but never had it happen outside of like that kind of setting. And it was honestly one of the scariest experiences of my life. Like, I don't know how much time passed, but dude, it was just like a deep primal fear washed over me. Like inner like instinct was like, if you mess up, like if you don't play this right, you're gonna die. like a voice in my head saying that I could still breathe a little bit, but when I'd breathe, I could feel the food. And it wasn't a lot because it ended up being able to cough it up. And it was just this tiny, it was like a tiny bit of an onion and like a tiny bit of bread, like maybe the size of a marble, like really small. I could feel the air moving around it, and I could just tell if I like breathed in too hard or something, like if I breathed wrong, it was gonna fully lodge itself like and cut off my air. So I had to breathe like very weakly and like carefully. I just started coughing like crazy. What really worked, pro tip, if you ever find yourself in this scenario, drink something carbonated. Luckily I had a ginger ale. That's actually what got it out, because I was coughing for like 20 minutes trying to get this up. Ginger ale ended up like bubbling it out. I don't know how that works. But when I would drink, it wouldn't touch the food. Like the food had gone down the wrong direction far enough that I could feel like it wasn't going past it. And it was so scary. Like I live with my girlfriend and dog, and I didn't actually like need them necessarily. Like luckily I didn't need them, but if I lived alone and I did, like that thought came over me, is like, dude, what if I was alone right now and this was a little worse? I wouldn't have been able to call for help. I really couldn't move. I was like paralyzed in fear by the sensation. Like it would have, I'm just really thankful that I don't live alone, because if I was in that scenario, I don't know what I would have done, like what I could have done. Even if I could call for help like on my phone, which I couldn't, but even if I could have, I wouldn't have been able to say anything to them. I wouldn't have been able to describe to them why I was calling, where I was, what I needed. I would have really, at best, just been able to make the call and then not been able to say anything. It was frightening. It was not a good experience. And so needless to say, I didn't sleep much. Didn't get great sleep that night. Didn't get great sleep last night. So that's my story. Shared it for the first time. Alright, 2 minutes to go on this daily. On the 5 minute, zoomed in, we see some 5 minute bullish divergence here. We have so far, a higher low with a lower low swing on both RSI and MACD. 5 minute divergence is what it is. Not a super powerful signal. That's extending out into the 10 minute now on RSI at least. Let's go to the 1 minute. 1 minute madness. No divergence. Maybe a little bearish divergence. Highs there, nothing too compelling. The shorter the time frame, the more bearish this looks, but the longer the time frame, the more bullish it looks. This is a interesting scenario. 1 minute and 30 left to close in the 30-minute showing. Look at how teasing this is. This was just a bright red candle. Up there it goes again. Just clicked into bright red and clicked back into dark red a second ago before switching again. Closing bright red here in the next minute shows that the 30-minute may be gaining bearish momentum. 72 seconds left, and it's just on the cusp. We've seen this in the last 10 seconds flip back and forth about 3 or 4 times. So this is a tight close. Let's look out to the hourly suggesting the same thing. Likely flipping back and forth as well, like the 30-minute is with the engulf here. See if that moves up, if that changes. We do see that this happened in the previous move down as well. Back here, we saw that we were losing hourly selling momentum. It clicked up for a second before flipping. We may be seeing a repeat of that. 20 seconds to go on the 2-hour MACD, showing bearish divergence on the highs, but RSI not. was really hoping, 9 seconds, not likely at this point, was hoping to close the day above 1196 for that 4-hour bullish engulfing. Nope, didn't get it. Happy Saturday, everybody. Something tells me it might be a spicy Saturday. Something tells me. Typically they're not. But we made it. We made it to the day, the new day. Hourly closed with a little more momentum than it was showing. Momentum down. This is a tight setup, guys. The more you zoom out, the more bullish it looks. The more you zoom in, the more bearish it looks. Solid daily close. Smaller, though, than its previous day, with a bottom and top wick. But the daily now positioned directly underneath our 11.1 resistance and the descending logarithmic high trend. Price closing price closing just below the non-log, the standard trend line. Interesting. This is a nail biter. This is a nail biter. CME closed at 11,110. So spot currently above CME, but CME is no longer trading. One minute bullish divergence here into the new day. Nothing to write home about. Alright. Alright. We have 110 watching. God. Where were you guys earlier? Come on. We're now at the highest viewership of the entire stream. We've been live for like 3 hours. Now at the highest viewership when I'm like kind of ready to chill now. I appreciate y'all being here though. Don't forget to give the stream a like and subscribe if you're new here. It'd be appreciated. Let's trend on the hourly, closing, opening below. Yeah, Mitch maybe did end his stream. That is likely. You know, that might be a smarter time, because I don't mind being on late. Might even be smarter to like start up while he's live. Yeah, he ended 17 minutes ago. And then kind of scoop up people as they leave. Might even just roll in here. Yeah, Fishk, that is why. That is the exact reason we've stopped them. But we are live on Twitch 24/7. No sandwiches for no more sandwiches for me at night. Agreed. Definitely agreed. I can't go down. If I go down, like too many people are gonna be let down. I gotta keep going. No more sandwiches. I'm swearing off of sandwiches for the rest of 2020, just for you guys. Solemnly swear. All right. It does look as if we're going to have an interesting Saturday in the land of crypto. I think so. More so than typical. But looking back to these two rallies previously, we're seeing these big moves occur at around 6 a.m. maybe to 8 a.m. in US time, which would be about 3 to 5 in West Coast time. So really when the Western markets are sleeping or just waking up, but probably favoring sleeping. So it's unlikely, in my opinion, that we're going to see a move here for a few hours. Yeah, it's definitely going to be an interesting Sunday. I believe that. I know it's sad, Fish, but dude, we have to do what we have to do. No, that wasn't what I would have liked. but it's what we have to do to keep going. Where was I? Yeah, unlikely to see a move here in the next few hours, unfortunately. Likely to wake you guys in the US up in the middle of the night, maybe you Europeans will see the price action during the day. I think we're probably gonna just chill out here. I'm pretty beat. I'm gonna leave the stream up though, cause never know, we could mix up the formula here and see a run now. Either way, thank you guys for being here. We're gonna be live again tomorrow, as we are every day. Every day. Thank you, Crypto Minded. Yeah, it keeps me on my toes. Yeah, make sure to like and subscribe, get in Discord, and the first public patron post ever. Links in the chat, check it out. It's a little taste of what the patron offers. Still has good information for today and for into this weekend, so worth checking out. And it's free, it's public. Check it out. Patron, definitely a great resource for anyone looking to become a more self-sufficient trader, improve their trading skills. Comes with exclusive technical analysis, trade setups, educational content, one-on-one sessions included weekly for patrons in the membership. So do everything I can to make it worth the value. Check it out. Yep. If nothing happens here in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to leave the stream up. Nothing happens. I will see you guys tomorrow. If it gets spicy, I'll get back on. But I need to go rest my voice. That's my moneymaker. So I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Check out that public post on Patreon. Even if you don't want to sign up, still has good info for you. We'll catch you later either way. Ninja mode activated. Love you guys. Have a great Friday night.
go insane. I go insane. I go insane. 'Cause they told me you take too much. Yeah, I sure do, so I can feel that now. If they only knew how this was, yeah, they would too, just to feel that now. 'Cause I ain't got no friends, I ain't got nobody. All I got ahead is a moonlit road. Ahead is a moonlit road. When the downtown lights start to come out at night, we go insane, we go insane. And when I arrive, I start to lose my mind. I go insane, I go insane. 'Cause they told me you take too much. Yeah, I sure do, so I can feel that now. If they only knew how this was, yeah, they would too, just to feel that now.
tell me where to look out for the signs. I've been waiting, hesitating for the stars to align. I've tried following the path to you, but I haven't got a clue which way to go. Hey you, how's the sunset from your unpolluted eyes? Does it burn the way you turned and walked right into your own lies? I've tried following the path to you, but I haven't got a clue which way to go. I don't want this to turn into something do or die. All I ever wanted was a chance for you and I don't want this to turn into something do or die. All I ever wanted was a chance for you and Maybe in time we've grown apart, or maybe what we had never got its start. Maybe it's time to break it down for you. Baby, you went in this with a broken heart, thinking maybe we were always meant to part. Maybe it's time to break it down for you.